Now, this dog is a service dog?
About 2 days old.
So I'm gonna ask, our attorney for worship, is if there's a day.
No, we've gone around this before. If it is a service animal, that's totally different. Hump down animal, no.
Freaking Marin.
Emotion is no. Emotional support is no. Because the allergies and health.
I'm sorry, Trish, that's why I tried to take care of this
That's what we're looking
by
at.
email, and Emily said bring it up
Like
during.
someone saying I'm addicted to cigarettes.
And then
so I get
Chad,
smoke
when
in my
he
apartment.
emailed me back, he said, hey, it's up to you, not me. I didn't know that he had prior commitment, so
Okay.
let's. pull from it. Oh, all they had to do is tell me that.
This is the
That's kind of. And that's a big time. Maybe we'll not be there. Wait till the girls graduate college.
That's a weird week.
So whole life.
Okay.
This is a year plus another 4.
Yeah. So by that time, you're gonna have grandkids.
Well, I know, but now that's why I'm looking at, once we finish, once we graduate high school, then I'm gonna get with my financial guy and say,
Yeah.
Is it beneficial?
can I go?
Yeah.
You know, cause I mean, this whole furlough, I mean, 20 some odd days.
Yeah.
So it's been almost a month without it, and we're going off
It's
of
still
our
good.
first money that we got from our retirement.
Nice.
Good.
So. You know, and then I bought tires for my truck, bought
Imagine.
tires for her car, so that.
I would have gone on a cop.
Especially if you still like your job.
Yeah.
That's huge. If you still like your job.
And Mayor Church, we are live whenever you're ready.
Fun. Travel fun.
I know.
Yeah, learning business.
Yeah. Oh, we're starting.
Good evening, City of North Pole. I'd like to call this meeting to order, please. Welcome this evening, October 20th, 2025, our regular meeting. Clerk Braniff, please call the roll.
Thank you. Mr. Williams? Mr. Schuster?
Here.
Mr. Keller?
Here.
Mr. Jacobson?
Here.
Mr. Claus?
Here.
Mr. Brandt?
Here.
And Mayor Church.
Here, if you'll please stand, join me for the Pledge of Allegiance and then continue standing if you'll remove your hat. And Councilman Keller will give the invocation this evening.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our dear Heavenly Father, we are grateful for the opportunity that we have to be here this evening, to come before thee in a meeting to discuss the affairs of City of North Pole. We have a duty to take care of our city, to take care of our community and the members of it. We ask you to please help us to make the best decisions possible so that we may do thy will, that we can help those in need and lift up the troubled hands. We ask that you please continue to bless our first responders with safety and protection as they continue to serve with pride and with an unjudging heart. And we say these things in the name of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Councilman Keller. I'd like to move to approve the agenda of this evening.
Move to approve this evening's agenda.
Second.
Okay. Discussion on the agenda or amendments to the agenda.
Or we can reorder the agenda.
If you would like to make a motion, sir.
I'd like to make a motion to move the oath of offices until after unfinished business and before new business.
I'll second that. Any other amendments to the agenda? Clerk Braniff, please call the roll.
Okay, on the moving the oaths to after unfinished business, changing the agenda, Mr. Keller,
Yes.
Mr. Jacobson,
Yes.
Mr. Schuster,
Yes.
Mr. Claus, Mr. Brandt,
Yes.
Mr. Williams,
Yeah.
Mayor Church.
Yes.
On the agenda for the evening, Mr. Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Schuster,
Yes.
Mr. Claus, Mr. Brandt,
Yes.
Mr. Keller, Mr. Jacobson,
Yes.
and Mayor Church.
Yes.
And those both passed with 7 yeses.
Thank you, clerk. That brings us on to action item 5, approval of the minutes from October 6th, 2025.
Move to approve the minutes.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on that? Please call the roll.
On the minutes from the October 6th meeting, Mr. Keller,
Yes.
Mr. Schuster,
Yes.
Mr. Claus, Mr. Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Jacobson,
Yes.
Mr. Brandt,
Yes.
and Mayor Church.
Yes.
And that passed with 7 yeses.
Thank you. That moves us on to 6, communications from the mayor. The city of North Pole has a seat on the IGU board. And our current IGU board member is Mike Miller, who will be stepping down here at the end of December. So we are looking to appoint a new member to IGU. So if anybody is interested in that or would like to be considered for that position, please feel free to reach out to me.
Who's stepping down?
Mike Miller,
Oh my.
who is the city of North Pole representative. Last week, I went to the Golden Valley open house rate increase discussion over at the high school. It sounds like Golden Valley is intending to adjust our rates a little bit up, somewhere between 7 and 11%, and the board has not decided yet how they're going to do that or exactly when they're going to do that. They talked about an interim rate of 7+% going up all the way up to 11% for some customers, and in one category decreasing one portion of clients in that category. Just check your bill, get informed, be loud if you don't like it, and get involved. See what you can do to change that if it is something that concerns you. Budget season is upon us here at the city of North Pole, and we've been very busy the last couple of weeks sitting down, going over numbers. It is very difficult to sit down and go over the budgets and decide what we keep, what we cut, how we grow, and the best way to make that happen. I put it out to our staff at our last staff meeting. How do we make North Pole business centric? How do we increase the businesses here inside the city of North Pole that help out its residents and helps out its city so that we can manage moving forward for the next 10 to 20 years. And to me, business and business entrepreneurship in the city of North Pole is the only way to do it. If you have ideas on how to make North Pole more attractive to businesses that may want to move in, please reach out to me. I'd love to sit down and pick your brain, go over ideas. If we're able to turn and take North Pole into the business district of everything around us, we have moved forward in a positive way. With that, I have nothing further. We got a long meeting already. Thank you all for joining us. Moves us on to questions of the mayor, if there are any.
Oh, may I read the election results for certification
Oh.
purposes?
Certainly, yes, ma'am. Sorry for that.
No problem. So the October 7th municipal election, there was a total of 580 votes. 144 votes went to Jordan Schuster, who will be serving a 3-year term. 141 votes went to David Skips, who will also be serving a 3-year term. Sandra Rolfe received 140 votes, and she will serve a 2-year term. And David Brandt received 132 votes, and he will serve a 1-year term. And these are not an action item, but they're now on the record.
Thank you, Clerk Brenna, for that. This evening, I would like to recognize a North Pole High School student, Daniel Hayes. He is our Student of the Month. He is involved in junior ROTC, the drill team, cross country. He's involved with his church, lots of community service. He is an Eagle Scout. He has earned the Patriotism Medal, the American Legion Medal, and he took first place at the National Drill Championships last year. He is unable to be here this evening tonight, but we would like to recognize him and say thank you. So Daniel Hayes, North Pole High School. Yeah, please, round of applause for him and his accomplishments. That's quite a list. That brings us on to questions of the mayor, if there are any. Council? Seeing none. Moves us on to citizens' comments. Clerk Braniff?
I don't have anybody that has signed up online, but any person wishing to speak on an item that is not on the agenda needs to sign up on the list located on the public testimony table. Respectful standards of decorum and courtesy should be observed by all speakers. Remarks should be directed to the council as a body rather than any member of the council or staff. Comments are limited to 5 minutes.
I think I got all those rules. My name is Tammy Wilson. I live in the North Pole area. I am not here as an assembly member, but I am an assembly member. Well, I am here for an assembly member, but a private person because I don't have anybody say so to do this. On Thursday night, it would be great to have somebody from the North Pole area from here. We have the capital improvement. We have the capital projects coming up. This is not our SIP program. This is one that we have put forward to the legislature. And then also we added Thursday night to our congressional delegation. One of those is the park on, the Borough Park is on there as one of those priorities. I don't know if it's one of your priorities because we haven't had anybody from the council there, but this would be the time to say, yes, you want it, change it, because we'll have the final vote on Thursday night. So it'd be great to see a North Pole representative there too.
That's the Fifth Avenue Park.
Yes. And it's over $1 million they're planning on putting on in there, which that may be a great need you all want to do, or you may have something that is of greater need, like maybe water, sewer, something that might hit more people on that. But this will be your opportunity to have that go along with the rest of the borough priorities on there. So love to see somebody. Thank you.
Any questions?
One, how much do you know off the top of your head, how much money's already gone into that project as far as scoping or?
As far as I know it's still at that point of it where they've just been giving, ideas on it. And so that more of that will be discussed if it goes into this capital improvement program. Right now, all we did on that portion of it a week ago was put I think there's 100 projects that are in there, and then they'll all get scored now, and more of those of what year each one of those will be done. Right now, they're just asking for the estimated amount of money that they'd like to see go into that project.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us this evening.
I guess we're doing it in reverse order. My name is Barbara Haney. How you doing? So I am on the assembly, but I'm here speaking as myself. But this will be my last meeting as an assembly member. And I want to echo the importance of having somebody from here at the borough assembly meetings. At the present time, with me on there, you have 3 people from the North Pole area that can represent North Pole values. With me leaving, and the 2 people who are replacing, one replacing Miss O'Neill and the other replacing me, are both from the West Fairbanks. They're nice people. Please, this is not an indictment of their character, but they don't live here. They didn't even campaign out here, to my knowledge. They don't know you guys at all. And, I'm not going to lie, if you take a look at the results, Esther came out. They wanted those seats back from us. So they got me. But I really want to encourage you to not be lackadaisical about having a representative at the assembly meetings. You do have the ability to engage in debate, even if you don't vote. And when it comes to things like the CIPMR, the capital improvement program, these are important. One of the ongoing items where I've been pushing very hard, is the heating system at North Pole High School. That system had been failing, and it got to the point of an emergency before I was able to get somebody else to take it seriously besides me. That ended up in the emergency resolution that Mayor Ward and I put forth. But there's still some issues out there that need to be addressed. And I want to encourage you to be on top of that with both the school board and the assembly. Moving down the pike years from now, it's not a secret that there has been some consolidations of schools, okay? And some of those have affected the North Pole area. It will only be a matter of a few years before those consolidations begin to be apparent. The need for them is apparent at the middle school and high school levels. I would hate for North Pole High School to be the high school that was consolidated out from underneath North Pole. As it is, I supported the move to close Eielson, even though I didn't want to. At 50 cents a kilowatt hour, it was hard to argue to keep it open. But I think it would be very sad if we lost North Pole High School. So I want to encourage you and beg you to be diligent on that, especially in that capital improvement and for the schools that are in North Pole and the parks, but the schools in particular, because that is what has kept our community here unique and protected. In the absence of those schools, there would be really no reason for the North Pole area to be part of the borough, quite frankly, because outside of the transfer site, what else do they do for you? And actually, you could even run that yourself as a city. So the borough needs to be mindful that you have that opportunity if they're not taking care of your schools. So that's the card you can play. At any rate, I wish you all the best. I will still stay engaged somehow or another, but you probably won't see me with the degree of frequency that you have seen me up until now. So with a heavy heart, I wish you all the best and look forward. I know some of you will be stepping down as well. We'll be able to have a life. Monday nights and Thursday nights will be free again. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Any questions for Ms. Haney?
I did suggest to the Chief and Mr. Brandt, I understand where you're going with that, with the ordinance on the spending limits. And what I suggested, kind of a workable compromise, is you come up with a dollar figure that underneath that figure, he doesn't have to come in, because you don't want him to have to come in to authorize a paperclip or something stupid like that, you know. But at the same time, you don't want it to be such a huge thing, and then he's unprotected too. So figure out a dollar amount where he doesn't have to come begging you guys for bucks, and you know what would be an unusual amount. I think you can work it out if you look at the expenditure pattern. So thanks.
Thank you for that, Ms. Haney. Yeah. Good evening, Mr. Million. How are you, sir? Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. You were getting a handout. North Pole put a water main line in from North Pole to Moose Creek. And when they put it in at a cost of $30 million, by the way, for those of you that weren't around for that, the water line went down Lawrence Road, and instead of going out to the highway into Moose Creek, it took a detour down Probert Road, Probert Drive. And I live down at the end of that on Nuttall. This doesn't affect where I live on Nuttall, but it does affect Probert. And you'll see the pictures there. There are some drains that go with that water line. And I would like the city of North Pole to show some due diligence, because they own the line, they own the easement to it, and take care of that road. We can't go in and grade it. We can go in and grade it, but it's going to cost a lot of money if someone pops the top of that off of that thing off and it's not taken care of. So I think it's going to be cheaper for the city of North Pole to maintain it and fix it properly. And that's what I'm asking. You'll see the red down at the bottom on the map. You'll see the red line where it takes that detour. And you'll see the two cleanouts. And the issue here is it's getting ready to freeze. So it would be nice to get this taken care of like within a week or two. Any questions?
Questions? Yeah, please. Go ahead. Councilman.
Was it like that all summer, or was it just the rain for the past month?
I've been patching it since
Yep.
they put it in myself, but it's to the point now you need to bring some heavy hitters in like Blackhawk or Hubbard with a grader. And instead of just doing that, I thought, well, I better get hold of the city. Larry and I have been talking about it, and I've been in touch with HC on it, and there's a little bit of a finger point in both ways going. But the fact is, North Pole owns that line. North Pole has the easement to that line, and North Pole should show the due diligence to take care of that. They made the commitment and the decision to take that loop there, and they need to take care of that road.
Councilman Brent.
You know what road service area this is in?
What's that?
Do you know what road service area this is in? Or
We
is it in?
don't have a road service
You
area.
don't there? Okay.
No. We do not have a road service.
Any
But
other?
it's about a half a mile of road.
And the neighbors just maintain it themselves
We've been
currently?
maintaining it.
You do all the snow removal and everything
Yes.
yourselves? Okay.
Any other questions? Okay. Thank you for joining us. Good evening, Hank. If you wouldn't mind just putting your name and address there on the sheet.
Thank you, and thank you for the opportunity to come here. I'm Hank Bartos, and I'm the chairman of the Alaska Veterans Task Force for the Cemetery. A little over 2.5 years ago, we came before this council as we were first starting to develop the cemetery, and we asked the council for a resolution in support of a veteran cemetery in the area. We're the only state that does not have a state-owned veteran cemetery. Now, we've got 3 cemeteries in the state, but they're federal in Jay-Bear and Allakaket and other places, but we do not have a state-owned in the interior. So therefore, with the help of your resolution, we went to Congress and we got $19 million to start the cemetery. It may cost a little more as usual with overruns, but HC contractors have been given the dirt work out there for the problem. And also Jim Company has been given the contract for the vertical. And we think that the cemetery will be open about this time in 2027. So I just wanted to thank you for the resolution. It did mean something, and we did get success with it. We're also developing a park and recreation facility over here off of Newby Road. And we will be coming to you just as soon as we get control of that land from the borough, asking for a resolution in support of funding for the park and recreation area, which will be a boon for the whole city of North Pole and the surrounding area. It's approximately 95 acres, which will be a great, great recreation activity. Thank you.
Any questions for Mr. Bartos?
I understand that there's been problems with the lease with the borough over the Newbie Park. Has that all been resolved yet?
There has been, but we're working through it with Mayor Hopkins. We have a consultant and attorney, and we have going back with him and with our request, because the lease that they gave us, they say we have to have approval from the city of North Pole. However, this property is not in the city of North Pole. And some areas like that, the property has a lot of timber on it, for instance, and we need to remove a lot of that timber, but we wanted to sell it to somebody that can use it, and we want to take those funds and put them back into park development. Right now, we've got a baseball field, a soccer field, and a softball field. And we're going to develop a whole lot more with the remaining 75 acres.
Councilman Keller.
I don't have a question, but I want to thank you for taking this resolution because I remember I was one of those members here. It was great to see the presentation and feel the joy and the excitement of something spectacular come into the interior for the memorial for the veterans. So thank you, the cemetery really, and also championing the Newbie Park. That's just fantastic. Thank you to you and your committees. This is great.
But it's not just me, it was a whole bunch of us that did it,
Well, send our gratitude to them too, please. Thank you.
Have until October 31st to put in for the City of North Pole bed tax grant to do upgrades to have more sports activities out there in the next year.
We need all the help we can get. We want to see this park completely developed and used by the people of this entire area for recreation and sports.
Thank you, Mr. Bartos, for all that you do for our community and for joining us this evening. Is there anyone else signed up or wish to give comments this evening? Okay. That moves us on to communications from department heads, and let's start with Clerk Braniff.
Thank you. The municipal election results were certified, so I just wanted to say congratulations to Mr. Skips and Ms. Rolfs. It'll be very nice to be calling a miss when I'm calling roll call. And congratulations to all 4 candidates. You guys did a great job. And I'm here if there's any questions.
Okay, seeing none. Thank you for that report, Clerk Braniff. Chief Smith.
I'd like to start, sorry, my voice is messed up today, but I'd like to start by congratulating the candidates as well, and also wishing the departing candidates well, and thank you for all your service over the years and your support. My report or my update's pretty short tonight. A couple things to let you know. We are still hiring, still looking for a qualified applicant for our final position. We did receive our grant-funded UTV this week from Polaris. So if you didn't know, we applied for DHS grant funding for a new vehicle to be used to patrol out at Chena Lakes primarily, but we can also use it for other things as well. And we got that in this week from Polaris. It's a side-by-side that's totally outfitted with lights and siren and all kinds of good stuff. The officers are doing range training this week, trying out a new range that just opened up out here in North Pole, an outdoor range. So we were trying to get that in before it gets super cold, but I'll be headed out there if I improve a little bit and how I'm feeling on Wednesday. So that should go well. I did also want to give you just a quick update on a couple traffic concerns that were shared. One most recently at our last meeting in the area of West First. Following that meeting, I reassigned our traffic unit to spend a few days of quality time over there, and he reported 11 stops in the problem area, 6 citations, and he impounded 1 vehicle for driving while it was unregistered. Other day shift officers also made numerous trips through the area and made some additional stops over there as well. So we're going to continue to kind of just orient the folks and the people in the area to what the speed limit should be and how they should be driving, but we've made some progress thus far. That's all I have. If you have any questions. Yes, sir.
Said you made 11 stops. You know what period of time that was in?
He came in during the day. So he came in at 7 in the morning and he worked till 5. So the stops were made anywhere from, like lunch, school hours throughout the day.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Just to comment about the new vehicle. Many years ago, I was a senior ranger out at Chena Lakes Recreation Area, and one of the things they had a problem with was the Army Corps Rangers we're spread out over 4 or 5 different areas, and they could occasionally respond to our area over here. So I think that'll be a welcome addition to the police department to have that in its stock. Thank you.
Yes, indeed.
I do have one more question.
Please, Councilman Brandt.
I've been to several meetings about the new entrance into Chino Lakes. It's going to be at the end of Plaque Road. I know with our contract with them, we have to patrol the area. Do you know if we're going to be responsible for patrolling the new entrance also? Because by road, I mean, it'll take 20, 25 minutes to drive from one entrance to the other.
So the primary area of concern in that contract, while it does technically cover all of their property, they're really concerned about the floodplain. So the officer spends the vast majority of his time on the backside of the bluff, the floodplain, because that's where people go with the ATVs. And if they damage the blanket, there's issues. So I did it for a summer, and I would periodically go over there, you know, maybe twice a week. I'd just run over there, see how things were looking, run back. But it's not going to be some type of heavy demand because they're going to spend most of their time on the other side.
Okay, thank you.
Moves us on to CFO Fogarty. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. I also would like to thank Jeff and Anton for being on the council for so long, and it's appreciate great working with you both. And congratulations to David coming back and Sandra. I did. We have been very busy with budgets, so we probably started about a month ago, and we've been hot and heavy the last 2 weeks. So. As of tonight, we have a balanced general fund budget, and hope it stays that way. Also, I spoke with the mayor, and I spoke with the bank, Mount McKinley Bank, and they're rolling out a new program that's supposed to start at the end of the month. They're having a different tiered thing. We have a sweep account. I don't know if you guys, I think most of you realize we have a sweep account. So basically how it works now is we have in our general fund account, our checking account, we have $100,000. And so if we have more than that at night, they sweep it out. If we have less than that at night, they put money back in. And so we only earn interest on the stuff that's in the sweep account, the money that's in the sweep account. And so now they're rolling out something with a higher interest rate where we'll have to keep, I believe, $200,000 in the general accounting, the general checking account. But it's not ready for, it's not ready till the end of the month. And so I did talk to them, and I think it's just really managing the money, and it's more interest. I don't think that there'll be an issue for us to change the setup of our account. Account numbers are the same.
Please, Councilman Brandt.
You have a rough idea of what the new interest rate is going to be?
They told me, and I don't have it in front of me, but you might remember, huh?
2.47. So doubling what we currently make there.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. Director of City Services, Glidden. Good evening.
How's it going? So the railroad crossing potholing was done on Friday. So they were just trying to investigate where the water main goes under the railroad so that they can finish the construction documents for the downtown water main replacement. So that happened on Friday. So we're making progress. We should get those construction documents sooner than later. In respect, gave me a proposal for the effluent discharge study. So I should be bringing that to you guys in the next couple meetings, whenever River gets done checking it over. The building department, we're working on budgets. I don't know if you've heard the word budgets enough tonight, but budgets. Public Works, we're trying to figure out what's going on with the stormwater drainage project. I guess we're pushing that off again. And I'm working on getting the 2026 heating fuel contract figured out. And with the winter coming, I just want to remind everybody that if you have a driveway with a culvert under it, please go out and look at it. See if you can see through the culvert now. It would help during breakup in a few months. Thank you.
Thank you for mentioning about the culverts. That's a big one, especially this time of year. If we can prevent that, it certainly will help. If there's rocks, grass, anything in front of that culvert, take a look at it. Any other questions, please? Councilman Brandt.
I just had something I wanted to run by you and the rest of the council. Last meeting, we had a lot of testimony about the intersection of West First and Homestead there and possibility of closing it or something. And I know the chiefs are against closing that. But I had an idea that maybe we could do temporary closures during the day from put some barricades across there with the sign saying, say a road closed from 10 a.m. to 3 or 3:30, something like that. Because it seems like the majority of the problems with the traffic is during school hours and the construction traffic. And I thought maybe the public works guys could go and just put some barricades up in the morning and pick them up in the evening for a month or two, just to see if that helps with the problem. It's just an idea I thought I'd throw out there.
Yeah, they definitely could physically pick up and put them down. I don't know legally how often we can close roads. We'd have to
Well,
look
it's
into it.
city-owned roads, so I don't think it should be a problem.
Yeah, then we could theoretically do it.
Okay. I'll talk to you about it later in the week then. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, Chief Heineken.
Good evening, everybody. I also would like to extend my deepest appreciation to the two council members that are leaving us, Mr. Jacobson, Mr. Keller. I absolutely appreciate everything you've done for our city, for our fire department, for the support you've given. I completely understand, your joy of having some time back. And I look forward to seeing both of you very soon, as I know you'll still be a big part of our community, without a doubt. You both have shown, your dedication. Mr. Jacobson, how many years have you got in? I don't think you're going to fade away. So very much appreciated. And with that, Mr. Brandt and Mr. Schuster, welcome back. Continue to do great things. I'm glad to see you're both staying on there. And then to our not so new Mr. Skips, he's coming back. Another welcome. And Mrs. Rolfe, absolutely will welcome you to the council. Look forward to working with you into the future. So I think North Pole has done great things in the past, and I look forward to us doing great things into the future. So great job, everybody. The system's working, and let's press on. As for the fire department, exciting news. We have selected our next staff member that we'll be sending to paramedic school. Jared Snodgrass is a firefighter that has been with us since 2022. He is a tremendous employee, has really shown himself to be dedicated to our department, to our citizens, to our EMS program. He is an amazing medic at his current level, and we really look forward to seeing him excel in this paramedic program that we're going to send him to over the next 12 to 16 months that he'll be completing. He's the second individual we've had the honor to do this with. The first was Parker Jarvis, who excelled in that program. We're extremely happy with his progress and what that's done for him to be able to continue with our fire department. And I feel that firefighter Snodgrass is just as capable. I'm excited that we're able to extend this to our staff members. It has definitely been a morale boost. It's helped with our retention program that we established over the last 4 years. It really is exciting to see it working. So we couldn't do this without the support of the council and the community. So once again, we're doing great things. Lastly, I just want to put one more safety reminder out there. Winter is pretty much here. That means our roads change. We all know that. Practice slowing down now. Yeah, the roads might be pretty good today, but if we practice slowing down, taking the corners easy, braking slowly, it won't be so shocking on those first early mornings that it gets really slippery. If you haven't had your tires changed or inspected, now would be a good time to do that. So just stay safe on the roads out there. If we can keep everybody upright in between the lanes, it is a blessing for them and it's a blessing for our staff at the fire and police departments. So that's all I have. I can take any questions.
Chief, if I may, I understand that the North Pole High School, we mentioned it last meeting about the North Pole High School doing a haunted house. In if you would just
yes,
speak to that a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. That was the intention. Is they had contacted us and were excited to establish that program. Unfortunately, I'm not exactly aware of what happened, but it was not able to come together. We will work with them into the future, and it was a program that supported the senior class, is what we've done in the past, and unfortunately, the last few years they just haven't been able to get the logistics of it together. So we'll keep working with them.
And I think what they're planning is to do that in-house in the Orion Auditorium. So maybe check the North Pole High School activities page, but I believe that is their desires to try and keep that in-house at the school. Not sure why our fire department doesn't work for them anymore, but happy it's still happening for our community.
Exactly. We're willing to support them any way we can, and just glad that they can do it. So.
Thank you for that. Any questions? Okay, thank you for those reports. That brings us on to item 10, ongoing project reports. We don't have any. Pushes us on to item 11, unfinished business. That brings us on to 11A, ordinance 2025-10. Can I get a motion to adopt, please?
Move to adopt.
Second.
Okay. So be it. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Staff report on that, Madam CFO.
This stemmed from a couple of things. One, obviously being the legal bill. We're experiencing higher legal bills than normal just because we have a new attorney who is not familiar with our city. It's taking him a little longer to process ordinances and RFPs that we've been sending him. The second part is the JAG grant. We received that JAG grant, and this part of the JAG grant is just the last quarter of 2025. And then there were some little other things. Chad had a move to put some extra money in building maintenance, also the water fund as well, and a phone and data for the clerk. I have discovered since I put this one out that there is a need for another fiscal note, but I might wait till November, December, so we can just do the year-end wrap-up.
Okay, thank you. Madam Clerk, do we have anybody signed up for testimony on this evening?
I don't have anybody signed up online. I don't know if anybody in the audience wanted to speak to this.
Was this on to council discussion? Any discussion of this, council? I know this is the second time we've been through this.
I think it would be helpful if in the third column where it says account number, that you put perhaps the department above it so we know what the 01, the 11, the 41 refers to.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion. Thank you for that, Councilman Jacobson. Anything else? Okay, Madam Clerk, please call the roll on ordinance 2025-10.
On the adoption of ordinance 2025-10, Mr. Schuster,
Yes.
Mr. Keller,
Yes.
Mr. Claus,
Yes.
Mr. Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Jacobson,
Yes.
Mr. Brandt,
Yes.
and Mayor Church.
Yes. Would anyone like to change their vote?
And that passed with 7 yeses.
All right, that brings us on to action item B, a request to council for a scope of work. Can I get a motion, please?
Move to approve.
I'll second again.
Okay. Staff report, Director Glidden.
So this is a project to help mitigate stormwater runoff during breakup around the city. We've been offered a Protect grant, which is just over $700,000, and we're going to have to match $200,000 currently. The project, as it was originally scoped, is not going to fit into that $900,000. So I've worked with the engineers to adjust the scope to just 2 fixes, and that brings it just over $1 million. So if we agreed to move forward in changing the scope to smaller, then we would be agreeing to a $350,000 match, whereas before it was $200,000. So.
Okay, thank you for that staff report. Do we have anybody signed up or anybody in the room that would like to give public testimony to this item?
I have nobody that signed up online. Did anybody want to testify here? And
Okay, that moves us on to council discussion of this item. Please, Councilman Brandt.
I've got so many questions about this, and I think it'd be more prudent to just delay this until the November 2nd or 3rd meeting. Gives me a chance to sit down with our Director of City Services and not waste everybody's time here tonight.
are you making a motion, Mayor or Mr. Brandt?
Yes.
Second.
Okay,
So the motion is to postpone until the November 3rd meeting, if I'm understanding correctly?
Yes.
yep, discussion. Anybody? Okay, seeing none, please call the roll.
On the motion to postpone the scope of work adjustment for the Protect grant to the November 3rd meeting, Mr. Keller,
Yes.
Mr. Claus,
Yes.
Mr. Schuster,
Yes.
Mr. Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Jacobson,
Yes.
Mr. Brandt,
Yes.
and Mayor Turch.
Yes. Would anyone like to change their vote? Okay,
That passed with 7 yeses.
seeing none, that has been postponed. That brings us on to oath of officers. Before we move forward, as everything gets set up, I would like to say thank you, a big heartfelt thank you to Jeff Jacobson. You have been involved in North Pole City Council as either the mayor or as council and in our community for so many years. Really would like to say thank you for your dedication to the council and helping younger members like myself a couple of years ago get involved in politics, get involved with our city, how it's run, and why it's run the way it is. It has been a heck of a learning lesson, and I have appreciated your mentorship, and I hope that moving forth, I can still call on you for some assistance and guidance.
Absolutely.
And Anton Keller, the same goes for you. Thank you for your dedication to our city and being on our council for so long. It's wonderful. Madam Clerk, please take it away.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
For you to follow along.
Lead us to the Lord.
I, Jordan Schuster, do solemnly swear
I, Jordan Schuster, do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Alaska,
the Constitution of the State of Alaska,
and the Code of Ordinances of the City of North Pole,
and the Code of Ordinances of the City of North Pole,
and that I will faithfully discharge my duties as a council member, so help me God.
and that I will faithfully discharge my duties as a council member, so help me God.
Thank you. If you'll sign here. And I, David Skips, do solemnly swear
David Skips do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States,
and defend the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Alaska,
Alaska,
and the Code of Ordinances of the City of North Pole,
City of North,
and that I will faithfully discharge my duties as a council member, so help me God.
that I will faithfully discharge my duties as a council member, so help me God.
We have you for another 3 years. I, Sandra Rolfe, do solemnly swear
I, Sandra Rolfe, do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Alaska,
the Constitution of the State of Alaska,
and the Code of Ordinances of the City of North Pole,
and the Code of Ordinances of the City of North Pole,
and that I will faithfully discharge my duties as a city council member, so help me God.
that I will faithfully discharge my duties as a city council member, so help me God.
Thank you. I, David Brandt, do solemnly swear
I, David Brandt, do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Alaska,
the Constitution of the State of Alaska,
and the Code of Ordinances of the City of North Pole,
and the Code of Ordinances of the City of North Pole,
and that I will faithfully discharge my duties as a city council member, so help me God.
and that I will faithfully discharge my duties as a city council member, so help me God.
Thank you.
I'd like to move to suspend the rules for a 5-minute break.
Second.
By unanimous decision. Thank you.
I don't know if they're not good. Don't really did. Yeah.
Oh, half a new section, huh? I have to operate this, huh?
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
But it's a lot here to do and to remember. The week, by week to by week. Been in line is amazing. You know what? Being here, what? We come what? We come once, twice, maybe 1 or 2 days. You can't remember. You've been here 3 years. So we have to get you guys to tell us what to do. I knew. Now, how can we improve? Just don't tell me now. I want you to think about that. How can we improve? That's what I'm saying. Remember. Yeah, okay. I know. How can we improve? It's hard for me to catch everything.
And we're live again.
All right. Thank you, Clerk Brenna. Appreciate that. Welcome, new council members. What an exciting deal. Okay, that brings us right on to new business, item 12A, ordinance 2025-11. Could I get a motion to introduce, please?
Move to introduce ordinance 2025-11, an ordinance amending Title 4, Chapter 19, Section 010, disposal of city-owned real or personal property.
Thank you. I'll second that. That moves us on to staff report. Who?
So what precipitated this was some different situations with equipment that we needed to get rid of or sell. And I started looking through the code and noticed it was kind of in need of some updating. And also a lot of these changes are really just ideally to give some more options so that we can hopefully get the best deal we possibly can for the equipment we're selling or getting rid of. Just to do some updates. Also, the code didn't address real property anywhere as far as land. It clearly wasn't really pointed towards that. And so I struck that to just address property alone. And then if we go back and we create a different section that actually deals with land, that would be far more appropriate. So as you go through here, you'll see line by line some different changes, additions. These have all gone through all the department heads and the attorney to come to the final version we have here. I'm not, there's not a hill I'm going to die on as far as all the language in here. It's just, it was very, very scant as far as the options that we had to get rid of things. Under 419.020, the stuff that's specific to the police department, I didn't make any substantive changes at all. I just hated the way it was written. It was very clunky and awkward. So I made some edits so that it will just read in a more professional manner. So I can take any questions that folks might have.
Actually, if we can move in order here, it would be next to call for public testimony. Madam Clerk, do we have anybody signed up for public testimony on this?
I don't have anybody signed up online. Is there anybody in the room that wanted to speak to this item?
Okay, then that carries us on to council discussion. And any questions or discussion, please, Councilman Brandt.
I have a quick question on line 44. What do you mean by city-sponsored auction?
So like the city of Fairbanks, they hold their own auctions. And so I wanted to leave that option in there in case we develop to the point that we're actually doing that, though we're not really doing that yet at this point.
Okay. The other suggestion I have, and it came up when we were giving away the snow machines and the trailer, I'd like to propose that we, anytime that we do dispose of city property, that it's put up to all the departments first to see if there is any use for it within the city before we dispose of it. And I have a proposed amendment for that. It just makes sense that if we're going to get rid of something, if you need to get rid of something and then we sell it off, but the fire department needs to buy something similar, then we're wasting taxpayers' dollars.
I agree.
Okay, thank you.
Further discussion?
Can I make this amendment now?
Yeah, please. Now's the time. Yes, sir.
So I'd like to add, so on line 23, directly under line 22, so it'd be a whole new sentence here. It would say, prior to the disposal of any property owned by the city, such property must first be offered to all city departments to determine if they have a potential use for it.
I'll second.
With that transfer, Madam Clerk, will you read that again, please? I'm sorry.
Prior to the disposal of any property owned by the city, such property must first be offered to all city departments to determine if they have a potential use for it.
I would have one minor just caution. So we take like, say, a firearm that comes into the police department, right? that we then turf to city property and then we sell it to a firearm store. We need to have an exception in there so that I'm not,
I
obviously
think
that's.
we can use common sense.
Okay, so is it required or is it a suggestion?
It says shall, so.
Right, that's
What
what.
the
that's what-
requirement.
That's what I'm
Yeah, what's
asking.
supposed to be offered. Yeah, but obviously we can't transfer a gun to a different department, so that's not going to happen.
I mean, we could, there's no law against it. There's just,
I think we can use common sense with this one.
I also have concern sort of on the same lines when it comes to, in the document here, it talks about scrap of scrap value could be sold or edited. In your proposed language change, that would mean that everything that we dispose of, scrap, usefulness, donations, anything at all that we as a city would get rid of would have to be offered up to all the other city departments. Is that, I understand common sense, but
We're not going to offer up our garbage bags, bags full of garbage to them.
I guess,
Just
could we
add-
change shall to make reasonable effort?
or may, or put a dollar limit on that.
Dollar limit, because who knows what the different departments may be able to use. And if it's scrap to you, it might be not be scrap to the fire department. So just at your staff meeting, just say, hey, I'm getting rid of this. Anybody need it or can use it? I mean, it's pretty simple.
So we could set that as a policy versus an actual ordinance that goes in code.
No, I prefer it being code.
But within code as it currently is, I am required, shall means I am required to make that effort for every piece of property. Yes, I understand common sense, but shall is you shall.
If I may, I understand the intent and I think it does make a lot of sense. But I think setting that into ordinance versus into policy as a useful tool moving forward makes more sense than trying to require that absolutely every single department do that with any city-owned property. And I know that you stated a firearm wouldn't be, but it would still have to go through the proper channels. Who's going to bring that forth? Do we bring that forth because it's an ordinance to council and make that request to remove it because it says shall? Who keeps track of that at a staff meeting? If a staff member brings that forward or a department head brings that forward and says we're going to get rid of it, a year and a half later, another staff member comes forth and says, I didn't want it then, but I want it now, or I didn't get the opportunity. Prove to me that you gave me the opportunity to get that piece. I think having it as a policy is a great idea, and I appreciate the idea, but I'll be against that amendment.
Currently, we don't even have a policy manual for the city. We have no policy manual. I'd prefer this be in the ordinance just for future, 10 years from now when we still don't have a policy manual. This will be in the ordinance saying, just offer it up to different departments. It's taxpayer owned. It's not owned by the department. The taxpayers own it. Let's see if any other city department can use it before we dispose of it.
Yeah, I like the amendment.
simple.
If you're just willing to change it to shall make a reasonable effort,
That's
that would-
perfectly fine.
that would solve the problem.
Are you wishing to amend as stated by Chief Councilman Brandt? Or would you like me to call the roll on as proposed? It would also, I believe, if you amend that, also require amendment of the second or in accordance with the second.
So I just want to be clear right now, it is prior to the disposal of any property owned by the city, such property must first be offered to all city departments to determine if they have a potential use for it. And that was moved by Mr. Brandt, seconded by Mr. Schuster. Are you wanting to change?
No, I like how that reads. Let's see. Let's just put it up for a vote.
Any further discussion on that? Please.
I think for the most part, everybody talks to each other anyway. Hey, I got this. I'm getting rid of this. Could you guys use this? You know, and I know in my past experience, everybody talks to each other. And if they can use it, they use it. If not, then it goes to auction.
Well, we did have an issue several meetings ago where the police department was donating their snow machines and trailer to the winter search and rescue. But we had another department that had to use for the trailer. They didn't ask if anybody had a use for the trailer. So
And on that same token, there's been departments that have given stuff to departments who are lacking items. So
Right,
it was kind of a good fit. Yes, they could have used it in other departments here locally, but departments, small villages out in the middle of nowhere, you know, they need a trailer, snow machine with a trailer, which, yeah, we could use it here, but I mean, I think the effort that we gave back in the past to help out these other smaller communities went a lot further than just giving it to somebody else locally within the city. I completely understand what you're saying, but you know, on the same thing, like Chief was saying, you know, are we gonna shell? Well, hey, I got some ballistic vests, you know, do you need them? I mean, really? You know, if you put shall for the most extent possible, I think that's better verbiage than must.
I also would like to point out that less than a year ago, we donated a bunch of extra Santa Clauses that we had to the senior center. If this language passes, it would require me to take any donation of those Santa Clauses to a staff meeting and take up that important time of our department heads to say, no, Mayor, you're absolutely ridiculous.
it will take 30 seconds to ask everybody if it's, I don't know why you guys are fighting me so hard on this. It's all the property in the city is owned by the taxpayers. If we give it away and then turn around and buy it again, that makes no sense. That's not good use of taxpayers' money.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Madam Clerk, please call the roll on the amendment.
On the amendment to ordinance 2025-11, Mr. Williams? Mr. Skips?
No.
Mr. Brandt?
Yes.
Mr. Schuster?
No.
Miss Rolfs?
Yes.
Mr. Claus?
Yes.
And Mayor Church?
No. Would anyone like to change their vote?
That passed with 4 yeses and 3 noes. On the ordinance 2025-11 passing to next reading, Mr. Skips?
No.
Ms. Rolfe?
Yes.
Mr. Claus?
Yes.
Mr. Schuster?
Yes.
Mr. Brandt?
Yes.
Mr. Williams?
Yes.
Mayor Church?
Yes. Would anyone like to change their vote?
And that passed with 6 yeses and 1 no.
Okay, thank you for that. That moves us on to item 12B, ordinance 2025-12. Can I get a motion, please, to introduce?
Move to introduce ordinance 2025-12, an ordinance amending Title 4, Chapter 9, Section 025, bed tax grant distribution.
I'll second.
Okay, staff report on this.
William?
Clerk Braniff?
Sure. I'm sorry, was that Mr. Williams who seconded?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So staff report, the last 2 years that I've been in the bed tax meeting, we've all met and talked, and the bed tax meeting has not followed this little section of code, and it's just a cleanup item. The committee meets, the presentations are given, and then all the presenters leave the room, and then the committee decides who's going to get what. And I just keep a tally, and it changes during the evening. And then a resolution is brought forward to the first December meeting for council approval. And this is just a cleanup for the section.
Okay, thank you. Call for public testimony. Do we have anybody signed up online or anybody in the room who would like to speak to this?
I have nobody signed up online. Anybody in the room is welcomed if they would like.
Okay, council discussion on this. Sure, Councilman Brandt.
So line 103, I'd like to propose an amendment to that. I'd like to change it to read, the committee will consider the economic development and tourism impact that each applicant provides to the city of North Pole.
I'll just read that again. The committee will consider the economic development and tourism impact that each applicant provides to the city of North Pole. That was moved by Mr. Brandt. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. Rolfs.
So 4.09.020C reads, the tax levied under this chapter is to raise revenues intended for the purpose of funding services for the promotion of economic development and the tourist industry. So that's just, it references that on line 28. So I'm just changing the language on line 103 to reflect that.
Yeah, please, Councilman Skips.
So that change that's going to replace line 103, what you read, what you're.
103, 104, and 105. Yes.
Okay.
Further discussion, questions, comments? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
On the amendment to ordinance 2025-12, Mr. Claus,
Yes.
Mr. Schuster,
Yes.
Ms. Rolfe,
Yes.
Mr. Brandt,
Yes.
Mr. Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Skips,
Yes.
and Mayor Church.
Yes. Would anyone like to change their vote?
And was there further discussion, or is there good for a roll call moving forward?
That's a great question. Further discussion on anything else in the bed tax change grant? Please, Councilman Brandt.
I'd just like to have a discussion about the 5% that is retained by the city. I'm not saying that we should or shouldn't change it, but every other municipality retains a lot more than 5%. When the tourists come into the city, they're using our services. We could use some of the money for that. We could use it for, the flowers and the Christmas decorations and things like that help with the tourism, because when the tourists come here, they're coming here for the Christmas theme. So maybe we could retain more than the 5% and put that to use within the city.
Brandon?
Yeah, we do retain it, but when they provide us with their financial statement, we do give them the remainder of the.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. The 5% administrative fee that we keep
I'll refer
from
to
the
Tricia.
total. I'm not talking about the 10% that we pay.
Tracking.
Okay.
Correct.
It was 25%, but several years ago, a councilman changed it to 5%.
Yeah, I think 25% is reasonable. I can't remember what Fairbanks keeps, a ridiculous amount. I can't remember how much they keep. But rather than giving it to charities that do not promote economic development and tourism, that is specifically, the specific reason this bed tax was created, we can retain a little bit more of it ourselves and use it for that purpose.
I don't want to go backwards, but your prior amendment stated that exact thing. Are you making a motion that you would like to change?
Line
additional
23.
language?
Yeah, line 23, there will be an administration fee of 5% of the total bed tax collected by the city annually. So if we collect $100,000, the city retains $5,000. I'd like to propose let's go back to the 25%. So we would retain 25%. That would give, like I said, the city the ability to use that money for the intended purpose ourselves.
Okay, are you making an official motion, which would start out? I would
would-
like to make a motion to.
Well, I was just trying to have a discussion with everybody to
Understand.
see first. So
Understand.
if anybody else has any other comments about it.
I just have a question. What is the amount of money typically?
Right now, we have about $7,000 in the budget that we're going to present next week. And that would be the 5% that we're targeting.
Oh, the total bed tax, you mean? That was like 110,000 last year, I believe.
Yeah.
It's on the previous year's audited figure, so yeah.
So I move that we change line 23, strike out 5% and change that to 25%.
A second.
Discussion. So seeing none, I would like to raise my concern for this. I think it's important that we hold on to a certain portion of our bed tax money to cover the administrative fees, but I think 25% is egregious. That money goes out to organizations who do the greater good for our community. And I'm a little shocked, honestly, Councilman Brandt, that you bring this forward after you have such concern for giving back to our community. And I'm a little shocked that you bring this forward. But an extra 20% to our city coffers into our city general fund after it transfers over, instead of going out into our community where it can buy and purchase wonderful things like support for the North Pole High School, support for the North Pole Chamber of Commerce, support for all of the other organizations that submit bed tax to our city that do the greater good and bring wonderful things to our city, that the additional $20,000-ish you're requesting to keep will no longer be going out for the greater good. I don't see how that's doing good for our city. To be honest with you, since we have the rest of the stuff that you brought up already budgeted, it seems like kind of a sleight of hand. Please, Councilwoman Rolfe.
So I'm in support of Councilman Brandt's amendment. The monies that could be kept by the city can be used for economic development. There's no reason they couldn't be used to go to a small business here in North Pole to design something that's Christmas themed to go into the roundabouts year round. Right now, the only Christmas themes in the roundabouts happen at wintertime when we put lights there. In the summertime, we have flowers. I don't want nothing against the flowers. They're beautiful, but this is supposed to be the city where Christmas lives year round, and Christmas kind of dies in the summertime here. I'd like to see the ability to have more Christmas throughout the city all year long. And there's no reason that you couldn't get a local business to make some designs that could go in the roundabouts, and this money could be used for that. It goes to economic development towards the city and would boost tourism for people coming out to see those things.
Okay, further discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
On the amendment to change the percentage from 5 to 25% for ordinance 2025-12, Mr. Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Schuster,
Yes.
Mr. Claus,
Yes.
Mr. Brandt,
Yes.
Ms. Rolfe,
Yes.
Mr. Skips,
No.
Mayor Church.
No. Would anyone like to change their vote?
That passed with 5 yeses and 2 nos.
Okay, thank you for that. That brings us on to,
Oh, let me take,
yes,
yeah.
please. Thank you.
On the ordinance passing until the next, to unfinished business on the next meeting, Ms. Rolfe,
Yes.
Mr. Schuster,
Yes.
Mr. Brandt,
Yes.
Mr. Skips,
Yes.
Mr. Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Claus, and Mayor Church.
Yes,
Thank you. That passed with 7 yeses.
thank you. That brings us on to resolution 2025-11, designating city officials. Can I get a motion, please, to introduce and adopt a resolution?
I'd like to adopt the resolution 2025-11, designate the city official authorizing, let me see, to sign on the city and North Pole accounts. Can I get a second?
I'll second that. Staff report, I mean, it's pretty simple, but CFO Fogarty, do you want to?
That's just pretty straightforward. We
Yeah.
have old council members leave. They're no longer able to sign on our accounts. We have new council members come and they replace the old council member signatures. So,
Thank you.
and the bank requires us to do that by resolution.
Thank you for that. Anyone signed up to give testimony to this?
I have nobody signed up online. Would anybody I have nobody for public testimony.
Council discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
On resolution 2025-11, Mr. Brandt,
Yes.
Mr. Skips,
Yes.
Mr. Williams, Ms. Rolfe, Mr. Schuster,
Yes.
Mr. Claus, Mayor Church.
Yes. Would anyone like to change their vote?
That passed with 7 yeses.
Okay, thank you. That brings us on to item D, resolution 2025-12. Can I get a motion to introduce?
Motion to introduce the resolution for 2025-12, establishing transfer of funds from Mount McKinley Bank of the City of North Pole AML Investment Pool. Can I get a second?
Second.
So moved and seconded. Staff report?
Well, fairly basic, as I said during the meeting of the whole. The idea is to earn as much interest as we can on monies that are sitting, waiting for something to be purchased next year. So this first resolution has to do with our vehicle fleet fund.
Okay, thank you. Call for public testimony. Is there anyone signed up?
I have nobody signed up online. And it doesn't look like anybody's jumping to the public testimony table here.
Okay, perfect. Council discussion on this? Questions, comments, concerns? Okay. Oh, please. Councilman Schuster.
Did we decide to make an amendment on this or? Mayor, yours?
No, sir, not on this one.
Okay.
Please call the roll.
On resolution 2025-12, Ms. Rolfe,
Yes.
Mr. Claus,
Yes.
Mr. Skips,
Yes.
Mr. Schuster,
Yes.
Mr. Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Brandt,
Yes.
Mayor Church.
Yes. Would anyone like to change their vote?
That passed with 7 yeses.
Okay, that brings us on to 12E, Resolution 2025-13. Can I get a motion to introduce, please?
Motion to introduce the resolution for 2025-13, establishing transfer of funds from Mount McKinley Bank of the City of North Pole AML Investment Pool.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Staff report.
Exactly the same thing, just a different account.
Okay. Thank you. Concerns, questions? Okay, I would like to first off say I love keeping our money here locally. I think it's super important. Based on our last council meeting, Mount McKinley donated or donates around $11 million to our community. And they will be the first one to say that they cannot touch AMLET and the returns that we receive from that, even on their very best investment solution, doesn't touch that investment. While I would prefer to leave this money inside our local institution, the cost of that is interest. I would like to support this resolution, but I would like to propose an amendment to add line 19. Whereas the money can be deposited or transferred as needed until December 31st, 2025. As this, I guess, as needed. Yes, thank you.
Were you going to fill out one of the amendment forms?
I'm working on it right now. Yes, ma'am.
And was there a second for that?
Second, Skips.
And then just for housekeeping, was there any public comment for this? I don't have anybody signed up online. Did anybody? Just housekeeping.
No, thank you for that, Clerk Braniff. Appreciate that. Brings us to council comments. Yeah, please, Councilman Brandt.
So do you anticipate moving money in and out of this frequently?
There's a balance between that, like overworking the finance department, because she's right. We wait till there's, a certain amount. But also, yeah, I'd like to be fairly flexible in it so that if I have a chunk of money, I can move it pretty quick. And if something comes up, I can move it back.
So with the Justice Fund in particular, the purchases that you're talking about are small purchases or large purchases? We're not buying vehicles out of this fund. So you're talking about buying equipment, things like that.
Yeah.
And do you do that on a regular basis or?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, since Ms. Fogarty said that Mount McKinley increased the percent that we're getting now to 2.4, I think you said.
Actually, they have not yet. That was something in her staff report that we are looking at doing that would have to, I believe, come to council for approval for our next meeting. So hasn't been approved yet.
So
As this account stands right now at Mount McKinley Bank, it's a checking account and it doesn't earn interest. In fact, we pay probably $8 to $10 a quarter to have the account.
So this account is in a separate account at McKinley. It's not in our.
That's the
sweep account?
requirements of the justice account. Yes.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Further discussion? Madam Clerk, please call the roll on the amendment.
On the amendment, whereas money can be deposited, spent, or transferred until 12/31/2026 for resolution 2025-13, Mr. Skips,
Yes.
Mr. Brandt,
Yes.
Mr. Schuster,
Yes.
Mr. Claus,
Yes.
Mr. Williams,
Yes.
Ms. Rolfe,
Yes.
Mayor Church.
Yes. Would anyone like to change their vote? Please call the roll on the entire thing unless we have further council discussion. Seeing none, please.
On resolution 2025-13's adoption, Mr. Schuster,
Yes.
Mr. Claus,
Yes.
Mr. Skips,
Yes.
Ms. Rolfe,
Yes.
Mr. Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Brandt,
Yes.
Mayor Church.
Yes. Would anyone like to change their vote?
And those both passed with 7 votes.
Thank you, Clerk Braniff. That brings us on to item 13, council comments. Where shall we start this evening?
This evening, we start with Ms. Rolfe.
All right, thank you. I just want to say I'm excited for the next 2 years, see what it brings. I'm excited to be on council and the good work that we can all do for the city of North Pole over the next couple of years.
Thank you, Ms. Rolfe. Mr. Williams?
I like, don't take this the wrong way. They always say fresh meat is better, but we're all doing a good job of making it work. And you got new people bringing new ideas and ways of doing things. So it's very important. I'm saying that the old people are here to get old, but having the new ones coming in, a good transfer, as long as the transfer that we are learning, the stuff that I will be learning is good. Okay, that's what we got to do. We always got to look towards the future. And I'm happy that's going forth with us. And always take care of your people. That's important. Because without them, things can get really, really bad, especially when people have been here for years and really knows what's going on. But as being here for years, things do change slowly. You just have to go along with the change and make things work for us. That's all I got to say. I drop the mic to the next person.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Mr. Claus.
Thanks to Jeff and Anton for their wonderful service to our city, and welcome to Skips and Sandra. Skips being back on council again. Since you all know I walk a lot, and I kind of look out for the black ice, especially this time of year. And for those of us who walk, there are plenty of us here in town. Just a reminder to the fellow walkers to please keep a little flashing light with you that you can display while you're walking, especially when it's dark outside. We've got Halloween, I guess, coming up. And I'm not sure we're doing the lights again. Yeah, our police department's going to go ahead and do the glow sticks. So look out for an announcement for that. I think it'd probably be on the website, but I'm not sure. Anyway, thank you. Be safe out there. Happy Halloween.
Thank you, Mr. Claus. Mr. Schuster.
Yeah, I was going to kind of echo the same thing as Mr. Claus, and I appreciate both Councilman Keller and Councilman Jacobson, and you both helped me tremendously getting started, and I appreciate it, and hope to see you around here frequently. And other than that, I was just going to touch base. I on the Operation Glow, and excited to come check that out, and appreciate you guys for doing that.
Thank you, Mr. Schuster. Mr. Brandt.
I have nothing. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brandt. Mr. Skips.
Yep, looking forward to doing another 3 years. I felt, that year I was away, I was thinking about not doing it. But I mean, it's my community. If I want to make a change, I need to have a say. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Skips. Mayor Church.
All right, I would like to echo all of the appreciation for Councilman Jacobson and Councilman Keller for their dedicated service to our city. I would like to thank Jerry Million for being here to speak on behalf of Probert Drive and your residents out there. Even though they're not inside the city, it's still important that we hear from them. So thank you for bringing that forward. And everyone who is here this evening, I'd like to say another congratulations to our student of the month, Daniel Hayes, and hope that things are well and keep up the good work. The North Pole High School Fall Band Concert is this Thursday at 7 p.m. over at the North Pole High School Orion Auditorium. If you're interested in going to that, I went to the choir concert last week, and that was a great shindig. The Santa Seniors has a craft hour at 10 a.m. tomorrow, followed by Shanghai Rummy at noon. If you're interested in that, I don't know if you have been to that, but it's pretty interesting. On October 23rd, they are having a class to assist with legal documents at 1:30 at the Santa Senior Center. So if you're out there and you can't afford to have an attorney, they'll be down there at the Santa Senior Center helping with legal documents at 1:30 October 23rd. A huge thank you to the Santa Claus House and their Holidays that they've put on in the last couple of weeks. If you didn't make it over there, the maze, the straw maze that they put on, and the events that they're starting to do here in North Pole to bring people in to our city to do nothing but have fun and enjoy the things that the Miller family has created is exceptional. Appreciate their support and their continued donations to the North Pole High School Booster Club, Akadaka, which is a North Pole academic program, was over there selling hot chocolate. So by the people coming to town, it is really helping to make up some funding for some of those groups. And it's really important that they get the praise that they deserve. Santa Claus House is a great institution, and we're glad that they're here. If it wasn't for them, I don't know if North Pole would be North Pole. Truly. I'd like to invite everyone out to the North Pole Chamber. They are presenting at the Fairbanks Chamber October 28th at noon for the All Things North Pole report. It's nice that the two Chamber of Commerces can get together and support each other in a very unique way. And I support that 100%. So if you're free, October 28th at noon at the 8-Star Event Center, get down there and check it out. Get to meet Fairbanks. I think that's about it. I'd like to thank everyone for coming down. It was nice to see everybody come down and give their well wishes to the council members who are turning out and the ones that are joining us. So with that, I'd like to move to adjourn.
Second.
We are adjourned at 8:43.
Thank you.